live at the College Football Hall of Fame in Atlanta, Georgia. Isaac Smith, I got a question for you. Yesterday, they sent me my ballot to vote for the All-SEC team.
Okay.
You are the only player that was listed at two positions. I looked. You're listed as I could vote for you as a linebacker, and I could vote for you as a defensive back.
Right.
So what are you?
Really like the hybrid. I can play the outside linebacker piece, or I can play the safety piece. That's what I love about Huts and the defense that we have. It's multiple, and I can, just roam around and be free.
Is there a position you'd rather be at?
It just really depends on who we play. When we play teams that throw the ball a lot, I want to be in that middle safety piece so I can, play the post as well as fit the run. So, that's always fun. And then when you play teams that like to run the ball a good bit, like Arkansas, I love to play out that outside piece.
I lost my train of thought there. I asked Coach Lebby about this earlier, but what is the role that Coach Rhodes and Coach McIntyre are playing with you guys right now?
They do a real good job, just being that extra piece that gives advice. They've been around the game for a long, long time, so, they know the ins and outs of techniques and little things like how to watch film, how to take notes, and that, that's a big help when it comes to younger guys.
I talked to Coach Lebby earlier this year, and he talked about how important continuity was to him. He wanted everybody to have that second year. When you think about this spring, how much beneficial was it to not be learning a new defense and just be working on getting better?
That was a lot of how would I say this? That was really, really good, considering the fact that I've been in two now. Everyone always asks me why I didn't leave and all this. I'm like, it's more to it than, just everything that's going on now. Being in that second year defense, I feel way more comfortable, and I'm gonna play way faster than I played last year. And a bunch of other guys will tell you the same thing on our team.
You've got to be one of the few college football players in America that would like to have less stats than he had a season ago. You would probably like to have fewer tackles.
And that's the thing. It's all about running to the ball, and that's what I tell everybody. A lot of those tackles that I made was just running to the ball. And my teammates this year, they've put in the work all summer, all spring, and I can't wait for everybody to see how we fly out to the ball.
Part of college football now is the transfer portal and so many new faces. A lot in your room in the safety room with Jabron Manning, Tony Mitchell, more of a traditional guy that state recruited. That group looks on paper like it's got a lot of potential, and you're sort of at the forefront of that. What about your teammates there in the safety room?
They're gonna do a real good job. Jerron, he's a really smart player. Tony's learning and getting the positions down, and so it's gonna be fun to see them guys go out there and play. You got Hunter Washington returning, Bradley Lanier returning, so you got guys that's been in that room that's helping them, and help them along the way in the spring and over summer. So I'm curious. I'm ready for fall camp and to see those guys get acclimated.
Was there a moment during the spring where you're at practice and you're looking around going, we're a lot better than we were a season ago?
Every day. I mean, it's kind of hard to be worse than 2-10.
Yeah.
So just having those guys and seeing them play and pick up the defense as fast as they did, it's like, man, this is going to be fun.
You used this word a little earlier. This is a word that defensive coordinators use a lot. It's multiple. What does multiple mean?
Many different things. That's the best way to
That's
explain
like the literal definition.
Many different things.
Yeah.
Multiple. You can do many different things. It can be many different things. So I just say multiple is many different things.
What is, if I said, what is the Coleman Hutsler philosophy on defense? How would you describe it? Does he want to be super aggressive, or is it more about take what the offense gives? How does that work?
Take it one play at a time. Really, you make a mistake, just learn from it and play the next play. Don't get too down on yourself. Just play football, have fun, fly around. Effort, physicality, and execution is what we preach, and he's big on that execution.
The guys from Mississippi around on this team, because that's one thing with the transfer portal is you have fewer guys from Mississippi. Mississippi State's still by and large a program that builds through the state of Mississippi. So guys like you and Trevion Williams would be another example. Do you feel like that's part of your leadership role is we represent our home state? And
that's one thing I always love to think about. I am at home. My hometown is an hour and 15 minutes up the road, so it feels like I'm at home when I'm in Starkville. And that role, like you said, it's a big role for me, and it's a bunch of big shoes to fill from the greats that's come to Mississippi State. That's from Mississippi. It's a bunch of great players and leaders that's been through there.
When you think about the guys who are in the NFL from Mississippi State, guys like Fletcher Cox just retired, but Chris Jones and Jeff Simmons, Jonathan Abram playing a position similar to you. Do those guys get back to campus and you get to talk to them?
Oh, yeah, they come and talk to us a good bit. So I think over the course of spring and summer, Willie Gay's been around. Jeffrey Simmons has talked to us. Darius Slay came right after they won the Super Bowl. Jonathan Abrams came. JT Grays came and worked out with us before. So, it's just great having those defensive minds that's in the league and actually doing it come back and talk to us.
Are you the next guy to do that?
That's the plan.
I like the confidence. I like the confidence there. All right, I talked to Brenen Thompson a little bit. He let me know he's a big cook. Are you a big cook or are you a big eater?
I am.
Are you a cook too?
I like to cook, but I love to eat more.
Well, that's the problem for me,
exactly.
so I won't go too down far.
I'm going to say I'm bad about that.
What are you cooking?
Anything. I love hunting, of course. Me and Brenen, we real good buddies.
Yeah.
We love hunting, so I cook a bunch of that, and then I get some steaks, pastas. I love just meat. I'm like my dad, a carnivore.
I'm with you 100% on this. If you and I were going to go out to lunch in Starkville, I was like, I'm gonna let you pick.
Yeah.
Where are we going to go eat?
Probably either Bulldog Burger or Little Dewey.
Those are two fine choices. You did good.
I love Bulldog, but it depends. Restaurant Tyler is really good during lunch. I love Restaurant Tyler.
Get the blue plate.
Yeah.
We're on.
Their pork chops hit different.
When I got a friend of mine's dad he gets the pork chops every time. When I tell him that you said that, he's gonna be real happy.
That and the fried shrimp, I love it.
This is the man who. This is people. They say ball knower now. You're a ball knower on football and on food.
Food's my thing. I've always told my grandma when I get old and retire, I want to travel the world and just eat, be like Andrew Zimmer.
Oh man, that would be I would watch bizarre food with Isaac Smith.
Yeah, that would be fun.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
Probably squirrel brains.
Squirrel?
Yeah.
I've had squirrel.
Like squirrel brains and stuff.
Squirrel brain? Yeah. That can't be more than this.
Yeah, it's little, but
that's like a breath mint.
Yeah. It's like mushy kind of.
I bet. Yeah. I've had squirrel and dumplings.
Yeah.
I've had rattlesnake.
That tastes like chicken.
Tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
I always laugh when people say it tastes like chicken, but it does.
Yeah, it does.
Alligator is kind of the same way.
So. That one has a unique
has a little.
taste. It's like more chewy. Yeah.
You ever go get an alligator po' boy?
I go to Louisiana a good bit.
Really?
Yeah, to hang out with some friends I know down there.
Okay.
New Orleans is fun. I love it.
It is.
I love the food.
It is.
There.
You get in trouble.
Yeah, I love the food there, though.
Oh man, it's the best. It's the best in the world. I asked Brenen this. I'm gonna ask Blake. I'll ask you. When you talk about a team, obviously you have team goals. You want to win games. You want to go to a bowl. You want to maybe try to play in the college football playoff. How do you reconcile individual goals? I know you have them. What are they, and how do they work within the concept of the team goal?
I would say just being realistic, not putting goals out there that you can't achieve or isn't real. I wouldn't say talk down on yourself, but I would say just being realistic with yourself and knowing what you can and can't do. Everybody can't do certain things. So, just being realistic with yourself and, keeping it within the team goals as well, because you don't want to set this goal for yourself way out of the ordinary and then you go out there on the field and try to do something different than what the team has planned.
So try to stay grounded in reality, but at the same time you want to have those aspirations.
Exactly.
Okay. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I think you don't hear a lot of players talk like that either. A lot of players will just come out, our goal is to, win every game 60-0, and you know that's not realistic.
Yeah.
So it's refreshing to hear that.
Just
so
taking
that shows a level of
one
maturity.
game at a time and being 1-0 each week.
1-0 each week is a mantra that every college football team seems to have adopted.
And I love it because you can't look forward to. We play Southern Miss first game. You can't just start watching film on Arizona State the first week, or you'll go into Hattiesburg and they'll beat you. So it's just taking it 1 week at a time and watching film on one team at a time.
You're a Mississippi kid, but you're young. Do you have any recollection of Mississippi State Southern Miss back in the day?
So I went. I think I've been to one game in which we played in my freshman year in Starkville.
Yeah.
So that was fun. But I kinda really, not really.
Your dad would probably know more about it.
Yeah, I remember when Mississippi State, Jackson State used to play though.
Played, yeah.
I used to go to
couple
those.
times, yeah.
but I don't recall.
That was some high-level college football atmosphere with the Sonic Boom there and all that. Are you starting the season on the road? Does that change anything?
Oh, no, I think it's the same mindset. I think we go out and make a statement that first game. We got Arizona State second week, 6:30 kick. That's going to be fun in Davis Wade Stadium with the new lights and the bells.
All right, last question. I mentioned I can vote for you 2 places. Where should I vote for you, linebacker or defensive back?
Oh, that's your choice.
That's my choice.
I think you should see how the season goes.
Should I just do both? Just get it out, and see where it goes.
See how I play at safety and see how I play at linebacker.
No, I got to do preseason. I got to have this in by tomorrow.
Preseason? Ooh. Hey, that's your choice.
That's my choice.
Close your eyes and make a pick. Just any, many, mighty more.
We'll do it. Love the suit. Love
Thank
maroon
you.
and white. Isaac Smith, Mississippi State football here at the College Football Hall of Fame.